So we choose this study to show the teenagers what are the negative effects of computer addiction, and this study is so very helpful for the teenagers so that they will have time management of using computer or internet, and also they will maintain the communication between their families. And this study is only a reminder for them to know that communication is one of the most important thing in life.
The purpose this study we choose is to make teenagers giving time or attention to their family instead playing more internet gaming or online gaming, and also we need to help or give more information that teenagers who addicted of internet gaming, what affects their life of being addicted of internet and affects their family bonding of playing internet every day. Nowadays, teenagers don't have enough time, attention, and also communication to their family because of addiction of internet. They can talk or communicate of their parents and brothers because of internet addiction, and also the purpose of this study we want to help them to know that bonding of family is very important more than of the playing computer or addiction of computer.
Author-Simons at AR 2012 have shown that affectionate control and optimal parenting were associated with higher and lower AI scores. For this reason, they were selected as the independent variables. The hypothesized effect of the independent variables of AI through role of the mediators like NRO, loneliness, sadness, and anxiety were examined through structural equation modeling or SEM. Dr. Melanie, studies have shown that the poor quality of interpersonal relationships may predispose a student to an increased risk of problematic internet use. Melanie Rosette and D. Blasio, 2009.
So, the methodology that is used by the author was a survey questionnaire. They recruited 774 overall participants to know the impact of the study. And what do you think was the reason why the author opted to use the said methodology? So, the author opted to use the said methodology so that it will not hard for the participants to answer what the author wants to know about his or her research.
A notable finding of this study was the impact of parental rearing style on IHU, the mediating role of NRO, and sadness. Affectionless control was found to have an indirect impact on IHU NRO. Therefore, exposing a child to affectionless control in early life seems to predispose in maladaptive relationship with others in later life, which in turn leads to IA consistent with the expectation. It was found that optimal parenting has an indirect effect on IA through either NRO or sadness.
So yes, the author attained the objectives of the study because author aimed the present study is the investigation of potential roles of negative relating to others, perceived loneliness, sadness, and anxiety as mediators of association between early parental bonding and adult internet addiction.
The conclusion of our study has sought to extend the field of young adults internet addiction or IA, especially the factors influencing IA. As our findings suggest, it is imperative to recognize the antecedents of IA. The implications for both prevention and intervention programs to reduce incidence of IA is noteworthy.
Recollections of strict and affectionate parents were more common among young adults with an unhealthy attachment to internet use. Young adults who recall their parents being tough or demanding without showing affection. tend to be sad or to have trouble making friends, and those personality traits raise the risk of internet addiction. In short, good parenting include parental warmth and affection that is caring and protective parents has been associated with lower risk of internet addiction, whereas bad parenting include parental control and intrusions that is authoritarian and neglectful parents has been associated with higher risk for addiction. Some of the studies done to date suggest that kids who have trouble relating to others in person might be at higher risk of problematic high level of internet use. Those who are socially withdrawn or lonely might also be more like spend excessive time online. The way kids bond with their parents would predict aspects of their personality as young adults, which in turn would predict their likelihood of internet addiction.
For me, yes, because you can depend the data they gather based of their research and sources. The way they formulate and provide background information are reliable and ideas that are easy to understand. Without a doubt, defining the problem is the most important step in the research process. Defining the problem sets the foundation for the entire project, so it is critically important to take the time to do this one.